This is vegan butter. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is almond butter. I mean, it is vegan, so I guess it could be a vegan butter, right? So actually, this is vegan butter. No, this is peanut butter. But peanut butter is vegan, so this could also be a vegan butter. I keep getting all these different butters confused. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, this is vegan butter. This one specifically, Country Crock Plant Butter, is a buttery spread made from pea protein and emulsified oils. But my point is, there are so many things that use the name butter that happen to be 100% plant-based that it's really wild that I get so many comments from people that say there's no such thing as vegan butter. And I get a lot of comments about vegan butter. It's probably one of the most commented things on my channel, weirdly. Who knew that saying the words vegan butter would be so controversial? Most of the comments say something along the lines of, what the heck is vegan butter? Or isn't it just margarine? Which, those are totally fine. But for your knowledge moving forward, vegan butter is a non-dairy buttery substitute using plant-based ingredients. It's as simple as that. Like margarine, it's typically made from a blend of vegetable oils, but some have other ingredients like oats, nuts, cashews, or pea protein, and some of them are cultured to get that more buttery-like flavor. So isn't vegan butter that's made from vegetable oils just the same as margarine? Sometimes, but not always. Some margarines contain dairy products, which would make them not vegan. Even the definition of margarine is that it is a food product made from vegetable oils churned with ripened skim milk, which is totally not vegan or dairy-free. And margarine has guidelines on what makes it actually margarine. There's a fat percentage that they have to stick to call it margarine, where vegan butters don't have that. The other comments I get a lot of is that there is no such thing as vegan butter, which that one's my favorite, because if you've been to a grocery store in, I don't know, the last 20 years, you've probably seen a vegan butter on the shelf. Ever use that butter machine at the movie theater? Pay attention next time because it says butter flavor. Most butter flavored movie theater popcorn doesn't contain any butter or dairy, which makes it, you guessed it, vegan butter. Now, if this is something you are concerned with, don't just go in there loading your popcorn with the butter. Ask, make sure that it's dairy free. Back to our programming. And there's places all over the internet where you can find lists of loads of different restaurants that use the term buttery or butter flavored on their menu or in their descriptions for their foods, and they are dairy free. I'll talk about more of those at the end of the video. Now, I'm sure you still don't care. I'm still gonna get the comments about vegan butter, but even the definition of butter is a solid emulsion of fat, air, and water made by churning milk or cream. Wait a minute, what? Are they right? What about all of the other butters that are vegan? I was gonna make a simple vegan butter for you to show you the differences between vegan butter and margarine. I mean, this one's just gonna contain a 1/3 cup of soy milk, 3/4 cup melted coconut oil, 1/4 cup olive oil, a tablespoon of juice from something fermented like sauerkraut, a little salt and turmeric for color. I'm just gonna blend this up, throw it in the container, and pop it into a fridge so that way it gets set up, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor. I've been using Hungry Root for a couple of years now, and I couldn't imagine going back to a time without it. Hungry Root is the easiest way to eat healthy. Now, I know I've said this before, but if you're like Monica and I, figuring out what's for lunch or dinner is kind of a chore, or at least it was. If we didn't have something planned or prepped, we would just end up ordering out, which might not be the healthiest option, and it's for sure the more expensive one. And I was fed up with that until Hungry Root. Hungry Root does the grocery shopping for you. They send you fresh, high-quality groceries along with simple recipes. Today, I'm gonna be making this vegan mushroom pizza. 20 minutes. I mean, this sounds awesome. It's like having your own personal assistant for healthy living. First, you just take a short, fun quiz. It's what you like to eat and what your goals are. Then, they build you a personalized cart with all your grocery needs for the week. Each order is totally customizable, so you can use the suggestions or choose what you want. Personally, I just use the suggestions. They always send me really high-quality produce, healthy snacks, and so much more. I mean, and these recipes, they come out so good. I mean, look at this pizza. So gang, the first 100 people to use my code SAUCE40 will get 40% off their first grocery order with Hungry Root. Use the link in the show notes or scan the QR code and use code SAUCE40 to get 40% off. Hungry Root, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for always sending incredible food. So good. So now that this is set, I mean, isn't this a vegan butter? Maybe soy butter would be a better name? It is good, but according to the definition of butter, this is not made from cream. But neither is apple butter, which isn't a new thing. It's been around since the Middle Ages. They found recipes dating back before 1500 AD. There's also cocoa butter, shea butter. I mean, I've shown tons of different types of butter, and no one seems to bat an eye at them. I mean, cookie butter is sold at Trader Joe's. Who has a problem with that? It's not dairy butter. So what is the problem with vegan butter? Why all of a sudden are people bent out of shape over the name vegan butter? Call it what it is, they say. I feel like I am. I mean, this is a buttery-like spread that happens to be vegan. It's vegan butter. I wonder if dairy lobbying has anything to do with this outrage. I mean, advertising can have a massive effect on people. Until the 1960s, the state of Wisconsin banned the sale of margarine. Not for any other reason other than the fact that the dairy lobby has such a powerful grip on that state. I mean, to me, that just feels pretty anti-competitive. And if you don't believe me, the Wisconsin dairy lobby was able to effectively use an old law banning the sale of Kerrygold Irish butter. That had nothing to do with vegan butter, had nothing to do with naming. It simply had to do with their anti-competitive nature and sore loser attitude. All over the country, the dairy lobby is pushing state by state to limit the terms used to describe dairy products, even though for decades the names have been used for flavoring, just like Cherry Coke. Imagine if the cherry lobby started going after the Coca-Cola Corporation for a misused name. But the funny thing is, when polled, most of the country simply doesn't care about the names. Personally, I feel like it's an incredibly stupid and childish thing to argue over. Now, as far as those restaurants that use a vegan type of butter, IHOP. Same thing with Carl Jr. and Chick-fil-A. They use margarine or a butter-flavored spread to butter their buns. And wildly enough, that butter garlic dip that you get at Papa John's, no butter. Lots of garlic though. So I'm gonna keep enjoying my vegan butter, and I'm sure the comments won't stop. But I just wanted to let you know that you're wrong about vegan butter.